Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Before Dr. Norman and I jump into today's update regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, I'd first like to make a few comments about the protests that took place over the weekend, both in Kansas and throughout the nation, in response to the tragic murder of George Floyd. My heart goes out to the families and friends of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, and to the Black communities around the nation reliving the trauma of violence and systemic racism. For too long, we've suppressed or ignored those who are suffering and have asked for our help. Racial inequality is not new. The outrage and protests unleashed across the nation last weekend were not sparked solely by police brutality. Institutional racism exists throughout our society, our economy, and our laws. From our criminal justice system to our educational institutions to our public health infrastructure. It's time for elected leaders in Kansas to acknowledge that we have failed to give this problem the attention that it deserves. It's time that we listen to those voices in our marginalized communities, speak out against injustice, and actively address the roots of these issues in our neighborhoods, our workplaces, and in our public institutions. I also want to acknowledge the law enforcement officers across Kansas who grieve with us today. I believe the vast majority are as outraged as I am by the shocking tactics we witnessed in Minneapolis. I have full faith that Kansas law enforcement is ready to work with us to create and implement solutions that will make our communities safer for Kansans and members of law enforcement. I've instructed my team to give this matter their full attention. I asked them to develop a strategy for how to take action in earnest here in Kansas. I pledge to Kansans, especially Kansans of color, that I will not allow these injustices to fade into the next media cycle. We're going to have these tough conversations in our state. We're going to confront these painful issues, and we're finally going to treat this as if lives depended upon it, because they do.